Hey YouTube, everybody following. It's been a while. I apologize. Christmas season got a little out of hand with Christmases and having a newborn. I was just going to all the Christmas parties that I sometimes miss out on and just kind of cherishing the moments of having a little girl finally. Finally getting back to putting the Grizzly back together. I did a battery swap, which, as you know, batteries are underneath the front rack on most models, I think from 2008 to 2015 for sure. Not sure about the 2016 to 2018 models, and I think in the 2019 on, I think they started putting them back underneath there. But I finally got smart. My battery was starting to get weak. I could tell it always gets weak after about year 4. I finally got smart and bought myself a battery tender to try making sure the battery can maybe get an extra year or two out of it, keeping it charged all winter. Yes, I keep the garage in here about, I think it gets down to 50 a lot, but I do heat it every winter. But I don't know, once in a while when you're gone for the weekend, it will get, way cold in here. But I finally cut this little piece of plastic out under here so I can get a jumper cable on it too. I don't know if you can see that in here. Yeah, it's too dark. Let me see if I can get my headlamp in there. Yeah, I sliced that plastic a little bit so you can get on a jumper cable now too. And then on the positive note, you can get right in there, right there underneath the snorkel. But I've never had a battery issue where I needed to be jumped, but I don't know why I didn't do that years ago. Just a bad battery or a dead battery can really ruin a weekend when you drive up north on a winter day and can't start the thing. Just gotta put the air filter back in and put the plastics back on. And I got the air filter clean. The air box looks overall really pretty good. I cleaned it out a little bit, but it overall was not that dirty after a year riding. I never even took the air filter out to ever clean it. So got a K&N filter I run in there. Wash that out. Just gonna throw some more K&N filter oil on it. And then over here we got a couple of boot kits that came in finally. Since I replaced the front axles in the Razor, you probably saw that in a previous video. I have one spare front axle laying over there. One of the front axles, which is that one over there, had a spun boot. Or was that a rear? I better look again. This is a rear. This is a rear. This is a front inner. The front inner boot on one of my axles, the boot was twisted. A lot of people get that. So I ordered a boot kit off of Rocky Mountain ATV that they listed to fit my Razor, and that boot was literally a ½ inch too small here, and I was trying to stretch it over with picks, 90-degree picks. That didn't work, and I got frustrated, said screw it. I took it all back apart and just ordered OEM kits for $25 more a piece. But the quality of an OEM boot, I'll tell you what, compared to that all balls in there, head and shoulders better. Plus the clamps are got the right size clamps finally too. So I can't find this clamp by itself, so I basically ordered 2 boot kits, stealing one clamp off of this because the only thing I replaced on this rear axle is a cup. The other rear axle is right back there, but this is the rear inner. I had to order cups because cups are only about $95, and I got a brand new axle then. Splines are starting to wear on, when they're dry fitted from the factory. So yeah, we're gonna throw some boot kits on, oil up that air filter. I think I'll even change the front differential and rear differential oil too. I don't think I've done that. Just general maintenance. The CVT clutch, as soon as we get in closer to spring, I will open that back up and go through that, replace any worn parts. I usually do that in February, March, but once a year I go through it. But I seal this up so tight I don't like breaking it apart because I gotta replace the gasket every time. I stick a lot of that gasket maker in there and get her done. So yeah, so thanks for listening to me ramble. I'll keep it rolling here. Alright, so what I do when I oil these is I've oiled from here up so far, and you might not be able to tell on camera, but this is a tinted red. I just basically hold it at about 8 inches away and kind of go across. Yeah, just kind of lightly oil it up, stop some more of the dirt and dust and stuff. So that's about how I oil it. Is that the right way? Is that too much? Is that too little? If anybody wants to leave a comment, feel free. I don't know. It's worked the last couple years, so yeah, stay tuned. One little thing I saw that's getting a little bit wore in there. Bushing in there is getting a little wore. It's to the point where you can't even barely move it, and that might last another year yet. I'll get a part on order, but I probably ain't gonna fix that yet. We'll run her a little longer. Plus, I'm getting smaller tires before spring anyway. Some skinnier ones, same tall, same height, but just skinnier. Be a little easier on everything. So, yeah, deciding to change the differential fluid too, and front diff tends to leak more than the rear diff. If anyone has that problem, with the front diff leaking water in a lot easier than the rear diff on a Grizzly 700, yeah, comment. Maybe I'm not the only one, but the rear I popped the drain plug out and it looked like brand new oil yet, so I decided to keep that in there. But yeah, twice a year you probably should drain the front differential fluid depending on how much you water ride. I mean, that's still good, oil that's useful yet, but still, yeah.